have evolved with that technology over that 40-year period of time. Now, unlike that historical group, and you'll understand what I'm talking about when I say historical group, that from the time of Exodus to the time they reached the Promised Land, it was 40 years. Well, we started at Trenton we started at Trenton State College 40 years ago. We went around to different venues. We're now at the College of New Jersey, which is really Trenton State College. So we come back full circle, and if you think we're clueless, we're not. Okay? Now, the pioneers we celebrate in personal computing, and we're here to celebrate. We're going to be exploring our past, and we're going to be exploring our future, and we're going to just look back and forward. Now, the pioneers in personal computing were in uncharted water, and someone asked me, who's the pioneer? If you had a soldering iron, you had to work with resistors, diodes, capacitors, and smell that solder resin, you're a pioneer. You haven't done it now. I've asked people, have you ever put a computer together? Yeah, it took me 5 minutes. I bought a bare bone kits. And I said, no, that's not it. Okay? However, it did not stop at that point. Many of us have put a computer together. What we did was, the lights were flashing. What do? Well, we need some program. So we keyed in a little program, and that was when you get that moment of truth, okay? Hello world came out in the teletype. And then some of us went beyond that. Some of us went on to be computer vendors, software publishers. Some even started their own business. And some people even went to broadcasting. So where are we going tomorrow? Today, our keynote speaker is Rosenbaum. He's the editor-in-chief of Center Ring Media. And now to me, the singularity for 40 years ago was getting that hello world. I want to find out what tomorrow's singularity is. Introducing Dan Rosenbaum.
Thank you, Hank. I'm going to try to go without a microphone for now, since you see it's muffling the sound more than actually helping it. Hank, you know all the water. You was lost. The water's on my phone. Put that before we start. I don't want to run out of gas. Thank you. Hank was talking about assembling computers. I have 13-year-old sons who couldn't be here today. And I had them perform an exercise a few months ago. If they wanted to build their own personal computer, they have an iMac and a MacBook, but they're very much interested in technology and programming, and I'm afraid in Windows machines, and I've just brought them up wrong. And I've asked them. Okay, good. We have someone who's listening here. And I asked them to put together a list of components that they would build their computer out of. And it was really instructive, because when I built my first computer, hand-built my first computer, which was, maybe around the year 2000, because I was perfectly happy buying off the shelf until then. It really took me a long time. I had to go through the magazines and the books and do all sorts of deep research. Then basically went on the internet and did it in an evening. Well, the world has changed. The world continues to change. I want to welcome you all and thank you for your time and coming today, getting past all the spring that fell on us last week. I want to thank Hank for inviting me here to talk to the 40th edition of the festival. It's hard as that is to believe. When you read the media about the festival, you see, thanks so much. You see that previous keynoters included Bill Gates and Gary Kildall and Brian Kernighan. Hank didn't tell me that before I could talk here I needed to invent an operating system and programming language used by thousands, if not millions of people. I promise you, Hank, I'm going to go home tonight. I'm going to start work just as soon as I get my inbox to zero. When I checked it, we were at 17,000 unread inbox messages. I'm sure that's not complete. Next week, okay? So, this is a bit about me. Of course, it's all about me. I'm the editor and publisher of a company called Singularity Media, which is a small newsletter and content marketing company based in Brooklyn, New York. Why is it called Singularity Media? Because I've always believed that the most interesting things in any circus happen in the center ring. Singularity publishes right now 2 newsletters, 2 websites, Wearable Tech Insider and Health Tech Insider. Those are the URLs. We also publish a weekly newsletter that encapsulates the contents of the website, which are updated more or less constantly. You're more than welcome to come to the site, subscribe there. You'll get 1 email a week at most. I am the former editor of Consumer Technology magazine. NetGuide magazine was at its time the most widely read news magazine about the internet, which was the dawn of the commercial internet. When Windows 95 became the first commercial operating system to include an IT stack with it. I was the editor of Mobile Office magazine. When mobility and computing meant cell phones you could install in your car. 2-way pagers were all the rage. Does anyone here remember the Sharp Wizard?
Yeah.
Sharp Wizard, personal organizer. It could hold like 64K worth of your contacts, your calendars, and if you lost it, boy oh boy were you out of luck. We get letters all the time from readers saying, I've lost my Sharp organizer, what do I do? And the only answer we had was, well, you cry and you enter everything else back in. I was the editor of a magazine called Time Digital, which is a spin-off of Time magazine of Networker, published by the ACM, a thought leader magazine. So there's a ton of stuff. I've been in the content business really since 1978. Been publishing online since 1983. When I went online, I had my first online account. So the stream of what I've written about started at UPI, United Press International. Made comments to United Press International. I was based here in Trenton. I lived in Hamilton Township from 1981 to 1983. Came to a couple of festivals through the 80s. Saw the Lisa, the East Coast unveiling of the Lisa happened here in the college of New Jersey. I remember going to see it. But what I was writing about then, besides general news, I was writing a lot about big technology. Big technology in New Jersey in the 80s was the phone system. It was AT&T. It was the Bell system. And that became divestiture. And divestiture gave rise to the internet. That's a whole other hour lecture we can argue about some other time. And divestiture, in a lot of ways, helped raise the personal computer industry. So when the companies broke off and networks became easier to get to, and computers started to become cheaper, communications started to cost less computers, I started writing about computers because there was no money writing about the telephone networks at the time. There was big money writing about computers, so I started writing about computers, big computers, mainframe computers, then into desktops, then into laptops, then into connectedness, and then not so much about computers at all, but about the idea of connectivity and everything working together. Because that's really what it's about. The first thing I bought, when I bought my first computer, was a modem. I got the computer home, I got in my car, I was living in Boston at the time, I got in my car, I drove up to Marlow, New Hampshire. Anyone remember what computer company was in Marlow, New Hampshire? There's a company called PC Connection.
DEC.
PC Connection, which had the mascot of a raccoon. Anyone who used to read computer magazines knows PC Connection. I was so dumb I didn't realize this is a mail order company. I drove to Marlow, New Hampshire, showed up at the front door with a wad of cash saying, okay, give me Hayes Smart Modem, Lotus 123, D-Base 3, WordStar, you all know them. So you still have the discs. I know you still have them. I still have them. Because a computer that stands alone doesn't